It's showtime.
Welcome back to the Gingerbread Men show. I'm Drew.
And I am Herr James. And today we have a fascinating episode for you. I hope you enjoy.
I see what you did there. Let's get to it.
Fascism doesn't
Hitler.
just have to do with Jews.
When you think of fascism, you think of two people. You think of Hitler and you think of Mussolini, who killed millions and millions of people. Trump is not that.
What's your definition of fascism?
I would say
wanna hear it.
fascism is a one person or one party who is silencing and who is demeaning and who is opposing and silencing.
I'd say a better definition is a far-right authoritarian ideology with one leader at the top with a cult of personality who forcibly suppresses opposition, as you said, but at the same time, he erodes democratic norms and there's hyper-militarization involved, military in the streets. Which one of those descriptions does not describe Trump?
I disagree with forcibly doing that. Give me an example right now about forcibly.
You know, a really good example is lately Jimmy Kimmel was taken off air by the FCC because the FCC.
I knew we were going to go here with Jimmy Kimmel.
Wait, listen, no.
That's not.
You know who the FCC commissioner is?
Yes. Okay.
Who is
No,
it?
I actually don't know exactly who it is, but I know what
It is Brendan Carr. So if you don't know who it is, then you might not know that Brendan Carr said in an interview, we can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. It was essentially a mobster threat. Other than that, Donald Trump has attacked law firms. He has attacked universities. Donald Trump has spent his entire political career acting like the Democratic Party shouldn't exist.
Okay. Let's dive in. Go. Make it quick.
I know, it's just, there's so much there.
Well-
How come we don't talk about Franco in fascism? I'm just joking. Again, we have to define what fascism actually is.
And it's not actually attributed to left or right. The general, original fascism definition isn't left or right. It's how a party behaves. Which, if I bring up how Biden acted during the COVID era, he actually fits a lot of those buttons for fascism. Parents getting arrested for taking their kids out to the park. That happened.
Yeah.
Isn't that fascism?
Well, parents were being labeled as domestic terrorists.
If they went to a school board meeting and opposed the curriculum being taught, they were labeled as terrorists. That's what fascism is. And it's funny that the Democrats accuse Trump of it because they're so good at actually doing it. And what's interesting is, in the traditional sense, Marxism and fascism are the polar opposites, but somehow the Democrats have magically seemed to find a way to fuse them together.
Well, given
It's really just fascism
props
under the guise of Marxism.
Yeah, it's designed just to muddy the waters. It's once again we're framing Trump in this way. Okay, is he your authoritarian fascist? Is he a monarch? Is he a king? It's just the same old gag here, and they're just trying to get something to stick. I don't think either one of them are really very good at articulating their positions.
They can't stick to their values.
You know, and I think there's equal time.
Yeah, but if you look at
politicians.
The Republicans, at least they're more consistent in their ways versus the liberals. What I'm saying is in saying something and sticking with it. There has been flip-flop, but if you look at it categorically, the liberals flip-flop day to day.
Well, yeah,
and the Jimmy Kimmel thing, that was the most hilarious shit I've ever heard. Somebody making an inflammatory remark and the FCC saying, hey, you guys shouldn't be doing that. The gangster threat. I remember Joe Biden saying, what are conservatives going to do? We got F-15s. Remember that?
Yeah,
that's a threat.
I think the worst thing that we, just as a society here in the States, is that if we play that game, right? We have guns. We have F-15s. Guys, can we not do that? Can we just not go there? It's just ridiculous how the escalation is just...
You liberals better watch your ass. We're coming for your Starbucks.
Yeah, it's just funny how... what it is with these debates...
See, I can do it too.
It's the gotchas, and it's not the substance.
Right.
It's just not... I think the criticism here is these debates.
Jimmy Kimmel's firing had nothing to do with freedom of speech. It really didn't. He's free to say whatever the hell he wants. He didn't go to jail for it. That's when it's infringement on your First Amendment rights. When you get jailed for your freedom of speech.
Was he fired?
Yeah, he got fired and then rehired back. Suspended or whatever.
Oh, suspended.
Yeah, whatever.
I thought he got suspended.
They were going to fire him, but then they, the whole pandering thing. But the whole point was he lost his job because he did something that wasn't good for his company, and it had nothing to do with about getting jailed. Had he got jailed, that would have been against his constitutional rights. So liberals need to go out and brush up on their constitutional rights because clearly they don't know what they are. And this kid talks about democracy. We're not a democracy. I'm going to say it every time on this channel if I have to. We're a republic. This is not a democracy. Sorry, kiddos. You failed school.
Yeah, there are in the constitutional republic, you have democratic aspects, but it's not a full...
In democracy, the majority wins.
Yeah, if we operated that way, it would be tyranny of the majority.
Right. All right, let's get back to it.
Hey, babe. Broke 12 car windows today. Hey, babe. Nobody died today.
All right.
Straight up just awful. I mean, I honestly, on this one kind of upsets me more because it's beyond cringe. I mean, it's cringy, but it's this is how they think.
If ICE was out to kill people, they wouldn't miss a day. Just like the Nazis didn't miss a day. They don't need a reason to kill you if they're being tyrannical. Okay? But here's the other thing. You guys go out there and protest, aka riot, or interject yourself or interfere in a manner that doesn't line up with the law. And when you play stupid games, you win what?
Stupid prices.
Your thoughts?
Her whole attitude, it's the same thing that we've talked about with how we're phrasing. It's how they're framing everything. But they're framing these guys as monsters. They're not. They're trying to execute the law. No, just kidding.
Ouch.
But they're just trying to. They're really trying to clean up the mess that Biden left them. You know, and because under the Biden administration,
James, are you alleging that if Biden didn't let in a whole bunch of undocumented migrants, that we wouldn't be in this situation?
So if okay, so I have to.
This is a yes or no question, James.
Yeah, it has to be a yes or no question, right? But here's the truth, right? Because of how their approach to the immigration policy during their term, it got out of control. And this is something, too, which is immigration in particular, right? You can't just open up the floodgates. And that's what they did.
That's where you're wrong.
Right?
They did
because, you know, Vice President Harris was so famous, right, that it's a clip, it's a soundbite, you know, do not come, right? But for years, they were like, come on in. And until they realized that this was starting to get out of control. And again, it goes back to the core principle of, it's one thing when they're assimilating into your culture, right? Because they're bringing in the awesome aspects of their culture, right? We want the good stuff. Right?
I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it a lot on the show, so get used to it. Immigration without assimilation is merely an invasion. And I know that's a hard truth pill to swallow, but it's truth.
Yeah, I mean, it's the vetting processes were in question. We knew other countries were sending in their undesirables, right? Criminals of various degrees. Right. Now, the proportionality probably is certainly in dispute, like because that's the problem with the Republican framework.
Let's get to it because we still got more clips, so we gotta get to our point.
It's true, but the Republican framework was that they were all bad guys, and they weren't.
Right.
But at the same time. So it's a lot of nuance here. It's
flip-flopping, as per usual. All right, let's see this one.
Presenting the Republican, the self-appointed guardian of tradition, though he can't quite remember what that tradition was. He believes America peaked somewhere between the invention of the pickup truck and the last time gas was under $2. His Facebook profile picture, a bald eagle, a Bible verse, or him holding a fish the size of his political ego. He claims to hate big government, except when it's funding his farm subsidies or banning the books he never read. Every issue is a hill he's ready to die on, preferably one shaped like a golf course. He talks about freedom like it's an exclusive club, and somehow your membership keeps getting denied. He supports the troops, the flag, and family values, though his browser history and third divorce suggest otherwise. And despite calling everyone else snowflakes, he's been angry since 2008 and hasn't stopped melting down since. The Republican. A patriot to the core, as long as you agree with his version of America.
Okay, let's break it down, James. I'll let you go first.
It's a bastardization of Republicans. Again, it's the equivalent of the blue-haired liberal.
So what you're saying is they're cherry picking things that are Republican and then bastardizing it. So they start off right, and then the course correction is and ending with how liberals act.
I mean, yeah, it's
just
look in the mirror.
Let's talk about golf course and elitism. I know tons more Democrats at golf than I do Republicans, and country clubbers mostly Democrats, not Republicans.
Okay. I mean, I guess that kind of.
And yeah, you're going to find Republicans with fishing photos and hunting photos because the outdoors, the liberals are allergic to it unless they're holding a sign that says "I hate Trump."
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, I mean, people hunt, they fish. Again, the issue is that they're taking that aspect and they're framing it that this is how they are. It's not. It's nuanced. There's more to it. They want you in that box.
It was a cute animation. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I mean, great, but it
because you know that they wanted that picture to be Donald Trump clearly, because Donald Trump golfs,
which is interesting because I would think
it's just interesting because it's all pointed to say, oh, you're bad for voting for Donald Trump. News for you: I hated Donald Trump my entire life. But the minute he threw his hat into the political ring and started making everybody seriously uncomfortable, I was like, oh, there's a whole curtain here, and we're going to yank that curtain back.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to Trump revealed a lot about the system, both for Republicans and Democrats. The issue is that Democrats, in their pursuit of this ideal that they can hardly ever define, it always moves the goalpost. They always overreach. The course correction happens, and then Republicans end up having to, well, I mean, they pretend like they're cleaning it up, but it's...
Yeah. So basically what James is saying is the Democrats are irresponsible children who make messes, and the Republicans are neglectful parents who don't take care of their kids. It's pretty simple. You know, we just need...
But you're the one caught in the middle. That's the reality.
Right. Let's be honest.
Right?
Most Americans that are truly moderate are mostly on the conservative side right now because the left is a party of insanity at the moment.
Well, they've moved the goalposts so far that it makes me look like a Republican.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I digress. Let's watch this next clip.
You guys, my dad literally just got punched in the face for being a Trump supporter. Like, that was it. Just for being a Trump supporter. And I'd do it again. Bah, bah, bah.
All right, you go ahead.
I think there's just... she's being cute. On that one, I think that legit, she's just being cute.
She's trying to masquerade her joke, but she really does believe that kind of stuff.
You think so?
I really feel that she does. Because people like to act out their fantasies. It's dumb. But let's be real. The clip aside, there are people out there that are like this. And the left has shown their true colors about political violence as of late.
When? Where?
Oh my goodness, James. I hate when you do this. Oh,
Sources.
You know, I'm not playing your
Sources.
game. I'm not playing your game. If you're not smart enough to figure it out, then I can't help you. Because I could lead you to water, but somehow you'd fuck that up. Anyways, your thoughts.
I think it's in good humor. I think the issue is that here it's good humor, but we know there are people that are taking this stuff way too far.
Way too seriously. Yeah. You know? All right.
That derangement syndrome is real.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's check it out.
I have a family that supports military.
Okay, hey, everybody. This is your chance to take the high road. Consider me ICE. I'm going to let you know your rights. I'm not going to deport you, okay? If you don't like the material, you have the option to leave. And I'm glad we're having this conversation. I don't like to shy away from conflict. I think this is important that we're having this conversation.
I have 4 brothers who served our military.
That's great. No, guys. Relax. I will handle this. This is going to be really good content. Trevor, the camera's on. Listen, fantastic, and thank them for their service. But can you listen for a moment here? Because we want people protecting us in good conscience, right? We want them 100%. A woman was murdered. She's a citizen.
What are you, insane?
You may not agree with her politics. You may think that she made a mistake in being in that situation. But did she deserve to get shot 3 times? Did she deserve... in the face by an organization that is...
But then put your brother in that situation that's been run over.
Yes, and so let me... Fantastic. I'm going to put my... I don't have a brother, but, of course, put your family member in that situation and ask what they would have done. I'm telling you how I saw things from my perspective. Like I said, you're welcome.
It's not like she was not knowing what
It's okay. Don't worry. I'm going to give this 30 more seconds. Don't worry. Because I'm going to proceed with this bit, whether you agree with it or not. You can sit and watch. You can be angry. That's your choice. Or you can leave. But what you can't do is keep interrupting for the people who paid to see my opinion. Because you have to understand, the first right that all of us Americans have is the First Amendment, which comes with freedom of opinion and freedom of expression of that opinion. And the people that we hire to protect and serve us are the people who are protecting this sacred law called the First Amendment. So let's always keep that in mind. You have the right to the First Amendment, but not at the paid comedy show where people are coming to see me and coming to see me talk. You know what I'm saying? So if you think that I need to be stopped, well, then you're violating my First Amendment right, and also they're $30. So, you know what I mean? So that's all. 50. I'm sorry. I didn't...
$50 ain't bad.
Sorry. Consider this is sub-zero Minneapolis. The ground and the neighborhood was covered with ice. They train officers not to stand in front of cars. You know what? They also train children to do that. They train children to not put themselves in front of cars. Do I have kids? Okay, of course. It's the interview portion of the show. What do you do, by the way, aside from yell? You do insurance? You do insurance? Is that correct? You do insurance?
said it twice. Yes.
Oh. Well, I heard it once. Not your problem? Okay. It's funny you do insurance. I thought you would understand risk.
All right. I'll let you go first.
It's this is just working the crowd to actually get a response like that, right? Because it turns into content for
yeah.
for this
He's
guy.
like,
So
we're recording, right? We're recording.
Yeah, this was bait.
100%. I'm gonna say it loud and clear. Yeah, we got trained as kids not to play in the road and stand in front of cars. He's not wrong there. But you know what else? We got taught as kids? Respect officers. Have respect for law enforcement. Where's that? I know when you get trained for a driver's license, they teach you the rules of the road. She was blocking lanes of travel on purpose. It's funny how they leave those parts out.
Yeah,
this guy would have hated if I was the person arguing back. Yeah, they have a right to hear their show, but I would have destroyed all of his points because all of his points only state partial truths. He omits so much that it's pointless what he's saying.
Yeah, the issue is that he's
playing
omitted.
The crowd, as you said.
It's playing to the crowd, and they're loving it.
Well, yeah, it's Minneapolis.
And
I mean, come on.
He is drowning in that validation.
Oh yeah.
But the situation with Rebecca Good,
he's gonna pick up so much blue trim later. What?
Yeah. Rebecca Good's situation is...
it's not Rebecca.
Is it Rebecca Good?
It was Renee Good.
Renee Good. There's too much there. The officer ended up having... Okay, I understand she got shot in the face. I get that. And there's questions, did she deserve this? I would say no, but at the same time, he literally points out the risk of
isn't that funny?
Interfering
risk. You know about
with
risk.
An officer,
right?
And putting herself
that's that omission
in
part
a dangerous situation. And quite honestly, I mean, well, if this guy feels so strongly about it, why isn't he there? Why isn't he protesting?
It's like
maybe
said,
he did. I don't know.
He just wants to bask in the glow of him trying to get that "I got you" moment.
And
it's
then,
not an "I got you." We see right through you. You're actually pretty bad. None of that was funny. I didn't find any of that funny. Yeah, you said things that are partial truths, which lines up with liberal talk.
Yeah, it goes back to that
shit.
Mark Maron clip from another show we did. Your material is just left-wing politics.
Yeah, there's no comedy.
Like, great. I can listen to NPR.
I wonder how much money I could make just being a comedian for the left and just going out there and going, "Blue hair rocks! F ice!"
Well, and that's the thing, too. I think the criticism I do have, actually, with the woman, she should have... Maybe she was drinking, I don't know. When you do something like that, it literally invites it.
Yeah, pick your battles.
And this was just not the place to even pick the battle.
Yeah, I have a feeling, though, if she got up and started walking out, he would have made fun of her.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just typical.
I kind of find it hard to believe she didn't.
The right comics do the same thing. But the point is, at least when a right comic insults somebody that's offended, it's funny. There's humor in it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
So,
but it just, this is just, he's collecting his money. He's the hero. Nobody in the crowd was convinced. Otherwise, that maybe there's some questions here that we should be asking. Right? Because again, like the point of the show, asking questions,
I like his little deflections, like, "Oh, I don't have a brother." That's him trying to poke fun. And he's not very good at it.
Yeah, but she's acting defensive and then escalating, and that's the problem too. Is like, it's like you should have just tapped out.
She's actually doing a Democrat tactic and letting her emotions control her answers.
Yeah,
which I get. She probably has been drinking.
Yeah, and he's flaring it up and getting the right response.
And he knows exactly how to poke at her. But the point is, you're not a good comic, kid. Sorry.
I mean, I'd like to actually see what his actual material is.
Yeah.
But
I've seen some, but it's all political.
Yeah, and I just...
Yeah. You know that the late night hosts are all failing because they go with this liberal comedy crap. Not a good look for you, kid.
A kid? Okay.
Oh, I guarantee he's younger than me.
Yeah, but I mean...
He probably just barely started shaving his bleep. Anyways, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We'll catch you next time.
Stay safe out there.
Welcome back to the Gingerbread Men show. You know who we are. You know how we think. I am Drew.
And I'm Herr James.
And we have a magnificent clip today. It's going to be fascisminating. I can't even... Welcome back to the Gingerbread Man show. If you are here, you are a like-minded individual. Nine. Oh, you hurt my little ego.